Zai.
Brago.
Uh, we had one of those chapters.
Just one of those?
One of those. Just one of those that I think people are going to remember for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what? This is the debut of potentially the final villain, right?
Final villain debut. Game-changing. Showing us that we still have a ways to go. Straw Hats have a ways to go. Our crew has a ways to go. Everything is different now. But another thing is that the pilgrimage is complete.
Oh, yeah. Shoutouts to Yamato. It only took, 34 volumes, but the journey's finally done. Well, it's not done because we still have to deliver Kawamatsu's hat. And we also have to see Kinemon again, but at least the boring parts are done, am I right?
You would hope so.
you hope. I pray to God every night, please.
You would hope so.
Please.
Very, very boring pilgrimage, but I never mind side stories considering it's canon and we're seeing another perspective of what's going on. So I'm not mad at it. And we get to see Alti. But the pilgrimage, right. The pilgrimage is complete. But I don't think the cover story is done, obviously.
Yeah.
There has to be a purpose to it. And I think it may be, it has to be a payoff. I think it's going to coincide with the actual canon events that's going on in the manga. So I think Oda's kind of just stretching out a little bit, but pilgrimage done. She has 2 vassals, right? 2 of her own scabbards, you want to say? And Alti in page 1. Let's see if she gets any more.
Where do you think we're going to go next?
Hopefully somewhere interesting.
Like I said, you'd hope. Maybe we meet a Beast Pirate member, like Jack the Drought.
Jack.
Still, I would love to see Jack, man.
Bring
Jack back in here. Yeah, Kaido's prodigy, right? Kaido's
where do
favorite.
you see Jack dragging Kaido out of the water?
I mean, it could happen. I mean, Jack is a fisherman, right? He could technically go down there. He can't swim, but he can go down there.
Yeah,
he can look for his boss.
I think Jack would be interesting, but I don't know. That seems a bit too exciting for this cover story, but we'll see.
Too exciting. I love that.
The chapter, though.
Yeah.
It started off strong. Conquers Haki. Knocking out people.
Knocking out giant people.
Of course. Because, the Elbaf giants, the giants are really, really powerful.
Resilient, some might say.
Not knocking them out. Right? Of course, the kids are knocked out too. And that's just Imu. That's just Imu in Gunko's body.
Saying hello.
Knocking them out. Yeah, just, showing up. And then we see Imu. Well, the true form of Imu? You want to say? Somewhat? Or like hints towards the true form?
It's
what do you think?
Weird. At first, I was on the bandwagon that this is Imu's true form. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like this is just one of many forms. I think it's just one of many.
I don't know. Because this is reminiscent to the tail at least, is what we saw fighting against Sabo.
Yeah.
So I think this could be like a partial transformation. I think
could see that.
When Imu is in his or its own body, it can transform even further. But I think this is a partial transformation, which again, of course, it reminds me of Stussy a little bit.
Oh, like the bat wings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think
looks like a devil, man.
Looks straight up like a devil. Now, even before that, I think the attack, everything seems to be based with like pentagrams and like magic and dark magic in some way. What I did love though is the Killingham call out. Was like, hey Killingham, is this the best that you can do, bro?
Yeah, what is going on
this
here,
is it?
man?
He's like, this is it? This is all that your things can do? And Killingham is like, Well, no.
Not at all,
The hole,
boss.
not at all. The holes are still open. They can continue to spawn, which is like, okay, so this is all they can do.
No, 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 no. He did say that all the ones that got knocked out can be revived. So they're playing dead. Which I don't know why he would put that in there, right? Like, oh, I'm just gonna let my monsters get beaten for a little bit. Like, why would you do that?
But my thing is, that's the
You're just
thing
having
where it's
fun.
just like, you're bringing back monsters that can be beat so easily. I mean, I guess the strength of them is that they keep coming back. But like, if they take nothing to get beaten, then
I mean, over time it wears you down. It's like the Chinese water torture, right? It's like, oh, like, dropping a little water drop on the forehead ain't that bad. But after doing that for 10 hours, it's like, oh God, kill me. Maybe that's it. It's a test of endurance.
Unless someone gets to killing him and then it's over, so
yeah.
Imu has certain expectations, obviously, but I don't know. I think just seeing that form was crazy. We got to talk as well to Jinbei. Is it time for another conversation?
Dude, we have this conversation every week. Just Jinbei, please do something, man. Like and the thing is, people are like, you guys hate Jinbei, huh? No. We love Jinbei. And I think it's like when you have like a friend. He's a little bit overweight, but you push him to go to the gym, right? Like, dude, what are you doing, man? We know you have it in you. Like, go to the gym, hop on that treadmill. That's us with Jinbei. We know he's that guy. Just please, Jinbei, do something. Like, Jinbei's literally watching Robin trying to get out of those thorns, and Jinbei's not even like, hockeying up. He's not using any fisherman karate. He's not even like moving a little bit. He's like a fish out of water.
It's almost like he was like offended. Like, what are you doing, Robin?
Robin, we're hostages.
Why are you trying to get out of this? Let it happen. Let it play out. This is our role. Robin's like, what?
The craziest thing is that he's in the arrows, not even the thorns like Robin too. It's crazy, bro.
Maybe Oda saving Jinbei for the final war or something. I don't know. But
Jinbei's teeth are really sharp. Could he just chew through the rope or the arrow no mi? Is that possible? Like hockey up his teeth and just chomp chomp chomp, kind of like Arlong?
I mean, at this point, I don't know. I would not be surprised if like we're sailing away and Jinbei's still in the arrows, like Luffy, go on. Like you forgot me.
I'll catch up. I can swim.
You go. I'll catch up. I have to finish things here. Like what?
There's some boxes that need to be delivered.
Yeah, I don't know, Jinbei.
Somebody's fireplace is burning.
And people are gonna think like we're picking on Jinbei. It's just that we have high expectations, which is I think is fair to have those high expectations. And it's the unfortunate situation that because Jinbei is so powerful, we have the expectations, and Oda has to kind of nerf him to make things play out in the way he needs it to play out. So Jinbei is
like
the unfortunate like tragedy here.
I don't think this is a fair comparison, but just to put it in perspective, Jinbei and Ace fought for 5 days straight. It kind of portrayed at first that Jinbei was Ace's equal, right? Jinbei was the water guy, Ace was the fire guy. Imagine Ace in this situation. Ace is bandaged up, roped up by the arrow no mi. And I keep on calling it bandages because that's what it looks like. Like, imagine Ace here. Would Ace really just be moving around saying, Robin, what are you doing? Like would he really be taking this? I don't know, man. Put another warlord. There we go. Jinbei's a warlord. Put another warlord in there. Put Law in there. Doflamingo, Crocodile.
The only other warlord I see being...
Man.
The only other warlord I see being like tied up and staying there is probably Moria.
That's not fair. I thought you were going to say Buggy. Moria would not be sitting here, bro. Moria could probably get out of this the easiest.
Buggy's clever. But you're a Moria stan. I don't know where...
I love Moria, bro.
Well, you know what? Actually, I know how it happened.
I love Moria.
It's by proxy.
What do you mean by proxy? Because of Perona? No, it's
I don't know, maybe
Moria has a prime. You know how people say, oh, like this character in his prime is strong. That character in his prime is strong. That is Moria, bro. Moria fighting Kaido and Wano? Dude, what the hell is that? right?
You know, Kinemon is gonna tell his kids he fought Kaido too. You know, gonna tell his kids that. And he's gonna be like,
Kinemon's last stand against Kaido
yeah, I fought Kaido. Mano y mano is me and him,
multiple
and I
times on the rooftop inside the dome.
and I came out on
fought Kaido
top.
so many times, even back 20 years ago.
Yeah, and it's like,
Damn.
Ving would be like, yo, man, Kinemon fought Kaido. Kinemon had a prime, bro.
No, but you know Moria really put the fear of God in Kaido, though, right?
Oh, he did?
Maybe that was some fan fiction I was reading, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know I
like
saw
I
some
said-
fan art of like, you know, Moria doing the whole thing against Kaido. It looked really cool. I'll send you the picture when I find it.
Sure, please. Because I'll say this about Moria versus Kaido. Moria went into this fight with his entire crew versus Kaido.
No, wait. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. His crew died because they're weak. It's not Moria's fault. It's not Moria's fault. It's like if Usopp loses, is that Luffy's fault? No, I blame
picked him.
Usopp. That's all it is.
So sorry, if you pick a crew and you're the captain and you go on the seas and your crew gets wiped out, you're gonna look around and be like, you lost because you're all weak.
Yeah, you don't blame the captain for that, but what if Moria handpicked his best friends? Kind of like Luffy. You know, Luffy doesn't look for strength. He looks for friendship, companionship.
And competence.
Moria could be the same way.
Yeah, I'm not just taking my friends on the trip with me. Yeah, you got to be competent at something. Like I'm not just bringing like, hey John, hey Rob, you want to go sailing with me? Rob can't do shit. John can't do shit.
But they're
No,
your friends, though, man. It's
I
like
don't
Johnny
care.
and Yosaku, right? It's like Zoro's
No.
pals, bro.
that's why they didn't
suck,
bring
but
they didn't bring
they're
them
friends
because they're
funny.
useless. It's like you can't do whatever you can do. Zoro can do. We don't need you, and Zoro does it much better. Thanks,
Damn.
thanks Johnny Yasaku.
Over here,
It'll be same
min-maxing
thing.
One Piece cruise, bro. That's crazy.
No, I'm not bringing. Listen, if I bring a friend, it'd be like a pet. But even
Wait.
a pet is a doctor.
You know, I thought about this just now because you're saying like John and Rob and all them. What is the toughest pirate name that you've heard of on a day-to-day basis? Like just a name you hear out in the wild. Not anything like special or unique, like, you know, something out of anime. Like what is a common day name that you think would go really hard in a pirate crew? Like Eric, for example, right?
Okay, a common name.
I think Josiah. Josiah sounds kind of tough. Like, I wouldn't want to fight Josiah. You know what I mean? Or Elijah. Oh, watch out for Elijah. He's coming. Or Eli for short. My God, dude.
A Malachi.
How many Malachis do you know?
I don't know. One.
Oh, okay, fair.
What about Kai?
Is Kai a common name?
Barely.
Okay, I mean, that's
I'd
fair.
say so.
My cat's name is Kai, so I'll give you that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Kai Sinat.
Is that his real name, though?
I believe so. Well, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I don't think that's his real name.
Seems like Makai or something. It's not like just
Maybe.
Kai.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh.
But either way,
What
I
about,
blame
like,
Moria.
Daniel. No, maybe not Daniel.
I will say Summers, he is back up,
Regenerating.
right? This is actually ridiculous just because it seems like they're undead. And I'm going to assume that you just have to assume that they can't die at this point. Because Scott Gabon cut his head off, cut him in half. Obviously, it affected him. It hurt, at least. And he's still back up. Like, I want to say, what was this? I want to say 10 minutes later?
Yeah, maybe even less than that. And what's impressive,
Right?
too, is that he didn't get knocked unconscious at any point, right? It's not like, oh, he got cut in half and he was down for like, you know, a chapter or two. No. Like you said, it's 10 minutes.
Right back.
Not even napping,
is-
dude.
He's right back. Now, his body's in pain, but he's back up. Imu's saying, "Hey, I need you." And Imu, the dialogue and the figures, the pattern of speech, at least I say, it's sophisticated. It's old school. What did he
Kingly
say?
even.
Lead the line of Welds Sommers. What?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have not read the Viz, so when you said that, I was like,
What?
okay, all right. I guess he said that. Yeah, sure. Can you say
Yes.
that again?
The,
Let me look at the
lead
Viz
the
while you're doing that.
line of welds, Summers.
Well,
The
I've
question
never
now
heard
is with
anybody
whom
say
we will
that.
parlay, using these welds as bait.
Huh? If I was Summers, I'd be like, hey, yo, boss, can you repeat that? I didn't catch it the first time.
I think this is something you can't do
Oh,
with Imu.
whelps, yeah.
Samos says,
Huh.
absolutely right, O great one. It makes no sense a kingdom without a king. Like,
I like how they're just
he's
agreeing
like,
with them.
right, they're agreeing, but still trying to say, hey, but there's some obstacles, you know?
I'm hurt.
And Imu says, Dory, the blue ogre. Brogy, the red ogre.
Dude, he's like you. I mean, you love epithets. Like, you are the epithet guy. So when I saw that Imu, like, addressed them first name, last name like this, I was like, yo, Brago's gonna love this, man. He's gonna
First
eat
of
this
all,
up.
it seems like Emu read the wiki before he came to Elbaf. And we're just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Okay.
Who are these
Dorian
guys, man?
Brogy. All right. Blue Ogre, Red Ogre. All right. All right. I'm ready.
Knowledgeable. I mean,
Dory,
that's
the
impressive.
Blue Ogre. Because we can't even tell Dory and Brogy apart, all right? I don't even know them apart. I just know that Dory and Brogy, they were together, one or the other. He just, like, deems them kings of the land. Like, I charge thee with dominance over this land. Thou would be kings.
I wonder how he picked them, right? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe Scopper would be a better king? I feel like I'd go for
Yeah,
Scopper.
but, like, I think he's trying to use somebody that have cachet, seniority, because it's somebody that he's using to lead Elbaf that he's going to parlay with, right? So it's like, we're going to find somebody that we can negotiate with that are going to lead the people the way we need them to be led.
Why not
And
Yarl, too?
He wants Yarl killed.
Yeah, I just feel like turning Yarl into a demon would be so much easier.
It would be easier, but apparently there must be some history there if he's
Yeah.
trying to kill Yarl. So Yarl, he's off the hook for now. Where him being a traitor is off the hook for now because Emu's trying to kill him. But I gotta wait a little bit. But it could have been maybe Harold was turned into a demon.
Yeah. And
Harold
Yarl
and
was there to witness it.
Right, Harold and the soldiers that were with him, and apparently the soldiers that Loki killed, they were turned into demons, and maybe Loki swore. But then it's weird because did Loki and Yarl, was this their plan? And then after that, because of what happened to Harold, Loki he basically left Elbaf to go to Mary Joa for revenge.
Maybe he just wanted to, like, rule the world, and this is where it stems from. He's like, hey, like, not just like Roxy Zebek, but I also want to just, like, take my anger out there.
I want to change the world
Also,
because this is what's at the top.
Funny enough, when we had that chapter of us seeing the throne room, there was that weird claw scratch mark on the wall, and we don't know where the hell that came from. But if they got turned into demons, I think that'd make a lot more sense now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
More than likely, that's what happened. They got turned into demons. Loki had to take them out, and Loki, maybe he felt like, Ragnarok is something he had to bring on the world to cleanse it. This is his own way of taking control because he knows what's at the top, and he's like, all right, I can't be much worse than that.
Yeah.
So that may be where his dream stems from. But who's this? Is this Dory?
No, that's Brogy.
Brogy?
Yeah, I like how you weren't joking. When you said that earlier, you're like, yeah, I can't tell them apart. I was like, wait, is he being for real?
I can't. Come on.
Yeah. The more rotund one is Brogy.
Yeah, they're
the
like
skinny
mac
one
and
is Dory.
cheese. Is it a more rotund one?
Yeah, rotund is a nice way to say fat.
I think it's worse.
Rotund? No, rotund is like, it sounds kind of cool. I like rotund. Like Lucky Roo, you call Lucky Roo rotund.
I think because if you call somebody rotund, they're going to be like, what does that mean? And you're like, well,
You're shaped like a
You know.
you're shaped like an exercise ball. I mean, what can I say?
Wow. Yeah. So the round one is Dory, Brogy.
Brogy.
So the round one is Brogy.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know what got into Brogy. Why 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 would you grab this thing and assume you can bring an end to this arc? This isn't
No,
Little
wait,
Garden,
that's
buddy.
fair. No, that's so fair. You gotta remember, Brago, these guys are worth 1.8 billion berries, man. Like, I get why they're a little bit audacious here, right? Like, you know, puny human. I bet this works on like 99% of the verse, just grabbing them and squeezing them as a giant. No, I understand Brogy. You know, I'll admit it right here. I really liked Brogy in this chapter.
Yeah,
It's his best showing.
I thought for the most part, the Giants are who I thought they were.
No.
Right? They are. It's just like you have these holy knights that's been terrorizing Elbaf ever since they got here. And you have this one that just like unleashed Conqueror's hockey, just knocking giants out left and right. And you're like, so you're the one who's driven Elbaf to madness. And I guess you're right. I guess it is his responsibility and duty to fix Elbaf as like one of the leaders, one of the strong ones.
Yeah.
It's like, go ahead, Dory. Join him, boys. Sure thing, Captain. Take care of yourself, Brogy. He says, now give back the children. How many of you are there? And he's shaking him. Tell me how many!
What's crazy is that you can see his veins in his forearms popping out. So he's really squeezing, bro.
Really
Like,
squeezing.
he's trying to kill Gunko right now.
Nah, this reminds me of like The Dark Knight. When I think he's screaming at Joker. Look at me! That's a bro.
I love that Dark Knight, man.
That's what Dory's doing to Imu. And the crazy thing is, I thought Imu was like just taking it in stride. Because Imu was having a regular conversation. It was like, okay, all right. Understand this, Brogy. Thou wilt meet with Beardhill Jarl. Right? Cut off his head and hold it aloft. And in the meantime, he summons a book. Right? He says, and then announce to thy people that we are the kings of Elbaf. All right? Does that sound good? And all this while Imu is in his hand, he says, never!
Yeah, no, when you say it like that, it's kind of funny. Like, Emu's just talking very nonchalantly, and Brogy's just yelling from the top of his lungs.
Never! This is our
Tell us
country!
what to do!
And Emu's like, okay. All right. He said, but it will not be for nothing. Bam!
Pulls out.
I give thee the
double
power
barrel.
of evil. That's crazy. That's actually sick. I'm
Were
not
you
gonna lie.
expecting this?
Hell no. But I here's the thing. I always wanted guns to get more love in the story.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't have enough guns in the story. So
We got a
Imu?
gun feat.
pulling out for stabbing him at first, and then he's like, by the way, it's Blicky time, and shoots his arm off. And the impressive thing about it is this is a giant, right?
Yeah.
So to completely shoot his arm off, and again, still having a casual conversation, I give thee the power of evil. Like, come on, I'm not doing this for nothing. Like, you're not doing this for no reason. You're gonna get some power, man. But let me go.
Is this the most impressive gun feat in the series?
By far.
Yeah.
Before this, it was the jelly bean, which isn't a
jelly
gun,
bean?
but it's like a projectile.
Oh, like the flick.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
Like this-
Yasop and how he just one shot Barto's ship, but I don't know. Like, what if it was an explosive round, right? Like, I feel like there's a lot of
Right.
caveats there, but this is like shooting the arm off a giant. Like, that's insane.
Yasop was impressive, but it's like, I think at this point, most commanders can destroy a ship fairly easily.
Yeah, but like with a single bullet though, it's kind of impressive.
Mm. Like I said, it depends on the round. If it's
Yeah,
a specific
yeah.
round that's built for that, because when you think about, I mean, Smoothie can, Cracker can, um, Queen
I feel like
definitely
most of the
can
Straw Hats can just destroy a ship with a single attack.
destroy a ship. Most,
Most of them.
Jim
Most of
can
them.
Jim can definitely like wet it up.
If the ship is on
I'm playing.
fire, Jinbei can
I'm,
save the ship.
I'm playing. Jinbei has like very strong, like
I think he's destroyed a couple of ships back at
yeah,
Impel Down.
almost tsunami. Create like a mini tsunami. So like
Yeah.
Jinbei can definitely destroy a ship. Robin can just like get big and stomp on it, whatever. For the most part. But nah, Yatsop is up there. But this is definitely the most impressive specific gun feat by far to blow off a giant's arm. And again, in the midst of casual conversation, which the funny part is like, I think what happened here with Dory and Imu, or whatever, whoever this is, Brogy and Imu, it's basically what people wanted Kizaru to do when Luffy grabbed him.
Oh,
Was
just
just
shoot
like,
Luffy's arm off or
just shoot his arm
slap
off.
him.
Just attack his arm. Like get out of it in some way. And it's levels to this. Obviously, this rotund giant is not Luffy. And at this point, I'm putting Imu over Luffy. So it's just a massive gap, I think, in regard to abilities. And obviously, Imu wasn't trying to kill him. He was just like sending a message.
Yeah, and not just ability, but like even brutality, right? Like even though Luffy
Yeah.
could, I don't think Luffy would like snap somebody's wrist intentionally. Or like, oh, like let me break this guy's arm or let me just break this guy's hand off.
No.
He would do it in a
No.
fight, but like that
In a
wouldn't be
fight,
like
if
his
it happens,
goal.
it happens.
Yeah, if
But
it
that's
happens,
the-
it
yeah,
happens.
that's not the intention.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish more of this was in One Piece.
Oh yeah. More like dismemberment, more blood
Yeah.
and gore.
Yeah, because they have dismemberment, but it's like cartoony dismemberment, like
And it's
Law's
always
attacks.
right arms.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, wait, was Kid's his right arm? That was his right arm, right?
I think, yeah, for Kid, I think it was right arm, Shanks' right arm. Where's it left arm?
Yeah,
It was
Or
one
was
of
it
those,
left?
but yeah, it's just like
there's
arms,
always an
really.
arm.
And then wasn't it like one of the
Um,
cats or minks? Was it Nekomamushi or Inarashi?
Nekomamushi.
Yeah, Nekomamushi lost his arm too.
Yeah, because Inarashi he had the limp. I
Axe
think
Hand
what made
Morgan,
me laugh.
Crocodile.
Yeah, X-Hand, Crocodile. It's like a pirate thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's a pirate thing. Giving your arm up for something for your dream makes sense. What actually made me cackle was
What's up?
somebody saying, I don't know, one of the subordinates saying, "I don't believe it. She took off his mighty arm." Like,
No. In the other translation, it says, "Wow, that's Brogy's strongest hand." I was like, what does that even mean? Like, does that make a difference?
I'm
Like, oh, he's
like,
right-handed. How did he do that?
I'm like, bro, my arm gets shot off. I'm not thinking, oh my God, my right hand. What would I do? I'm right-handed. I'm like, I just lost my arm, man. It's an arm. It's like took off. I'm like, okay, is this guy Scar from Full Metal Alchemist? Like, this is mighty arm. Is it special in some way? Does this arm hold the secret to One Piece? What's going on with this arm? What did he have with this arm?
He can't do Hakaku sovereignty anymore in his human form. It's done. No more dual attacks, man.
It's one of those where it's just like, just tell the underling, shut up, please. Just stop. That's enough. But it said, she'll pay dearly for this. And then Imu goes on to explain the terms of the deal. It says, in exchange for some measure of thy lifespan, thou wilt receive an undying body and uncanny strength. Under fealty to Imu, thou art unbound by common sense and logic. Demons are the only proper form for life to take. Now shit is getting weird. Like really, really weird.
Yeah.
Because first off, Imu ain't asking. Right? It's not where you're swearing fealty. It is creating slaves through this power. I thought it was a contract that the other person would at least have to agree to. Something I saw like in the anime this past week was that Kuma said for the pain, somebody would have to accept it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so you can't just like throw the pain at somebody or put it as like the jargon used was interesting. It was like, okay, do you have to like accept the pain for it to work? Either way, it's not that way with Imu. Imu can just turn you into a slave, which then begs the question, why did it take this long?
Yeah, and not just that, but like who would be able to circumvent this? Like what is stopping Imu from going to the Straw Hats and using this
Luffy.
ability?
So I have a crack theory. Not crack theory. It's just a wish that I would like.
What is it?
Just for the memes, just for the community. Imu
Okay.
turns
All right.
Zoro and Sanji into demons and have them fight against Luffy.
Ooh, wait, I like that. Yeah, turn the wings of the Pirate King's
Turn the
wings of the
wings.
Pirate King against him. I like that. Normally, leading up to this week, I've only heard like, oh, Zoro gets turned or Sanji gets turned and they fight each other. So it's like the whole like rivalry thing. But I think I like this more.
They both get turned and fight against Luffy. That would be
Yikes.
insane. And it's like, it's almost like you get like the matchups that you always wanted in a way.
The fan matchups.
Like the fan matchups. Because even if it starts as Zoro versus Sanji, like for shits and giggles, and then he just turns them against Luffy, bro, the reaction to that chapter would be absolutely crazy.
Dude, people are going to be analyzing every single panel, every sweat mark, every reaction.
Yeah.
God, it's going to be a nightmare week, but it'll be a lot of fun. It would get
super toxic. Yeah, it would be fun, though.
It'd be so fun, though. Yeah.
So, Imu uses Diabolical Covenant. And, well, first off, we got to address what Imu said. Demons are the only proper form for life to take. What is going on here?
It's really funny seeing Imu say this because none of the celestial dragons, minus the Gorous and Holy Knight, see themselves this way. Like, it's weird because, like, Imu sees themselves as a demon and as a devil, but the celestial dragons think that they're gods, which, gods versus devils, it's like, okay. Imu, he's not playing around. Like, he knows what they are. He's not like, drinking the Kool-Aid, as I like to say. So It really makes me wonder, like, what would the average celestial dragon think about this? Unless they already know. Because, I mean, they have the god hunting games, right? Or the rabbit hunting games. So maybe they agree? I don't know.
It's a very almost ironic, contradictory.
Yeah.
Where you have these people pretending to be gods, but they're actually demons. However, even when he first pulled up, said, I will show thee the power of a god. And so it begs the question, what exactly is Imu? Which it seems like Imu is a demon. Damn near the devil incarnate. But you start to think of how. Right? Just Imu of House Nerona. How does one acquire this power? Is it learned? Is it through experimentation? How? Like what is going on? Is it just supernatural? Imu is somebody that was chosen. I can't wrap my mind around just the process of Imu getting to this point where seemingly it's a straight up devil and being able to convert others to devils. Interestingly enough, it could just be a devil fruit.
Do you think it is?
No.
Okay, I don't think so either. It's gotta be either genuine black magic or just genuine black magic. I couldn't even think of another option. I mean, when you think about like the world of One Piece, right? The Void Century is so alien to us that anything can kind of fit at that point. Right? Like we don't have to say this is a devil fruit at all. Like there's no reason to say that. Like Imu is one of those characters that just doesn't exist in our current timeline really. So they don't have to follow our rules.
Domi Reversi. And she just turned one of the strongest giants in history into a demon and subservient to her.
And their
And
personality is there too.
personalities there got larger, right? Looks way more terrifying. And Imu has total control.
And they can regenerate now too. I mean that he's moving that arm, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he's moving the arm that's not connected. The arm is not even connected. And he's using the arm, which I think is pretty cool. And he says, I feel all powerful. Nothing can stop me now. So she got Brogy, got Dory. And what I like is when you look at the size difference between those two.
Oh, in that last
Like,
panel?
Like, they should be as big as Loki now.
If not bigger, yeah.
Even as big or bigger than, I mean, Loki was like, because we saw a Haruden and he was like at Loki's ankle. So they're probably around Loki's size, but they actually look intimidating now. And
They
like
look
the
cool.
subordinates got affected too.
Yeah. Imu's just using Domi Reversi on everybody. Anybody and everybody they
Yeah.
can. Which, again, like, nothing is stopping Imu from doing this to the Straw Hats, who are right next to him.
The last panel is interesting because they said not bad, so this is the power of Elbaf. And was this Emu's intent all along? Right? Just to turn the giants of Elbaf into crazy demons? Because we gotta have like the thought process of, okay, Emu, what was the goal? The goal was they sent the God Knights here to convince Loki to join them. Loki says, no, I'm not going to join them. So then they're going to use the children as hostages to convince Elbaf to be under their control. But like, if this was always a possibility, why not just do this? It seemed like it didn't take much effort at all.
Maybe Imu wanted to just hang out at home. Like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I know that sounds stupid, but like, I mean, Imu is the boss, right? Like, why do things yourself when your subordinates can? And it seems like Imu knows about their powers too, right? Like, they showed up, they're like, hey, Samaj, do that. Killing him, your monsters can do more than this, right? Like, maybe they just wanted to let the subordinates handle it, let them have their own fun. Maybe it's like the Marco thing, right? Like, oh, this is their era. You know, I'm gonna just sit in the back a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's
And
kind
they
of like
only
they're the
stepped
big
in after
boss.
things hit the wall. hit
Emu's the
ceiling.
big boss, and it's just like, I come on, I shouldn't have to be moving, you know?
Yeah.
But it tells us a lot about Emu in this chapter because Emu also says it will not be destroyed, but preserved and ruled over. Right? It's also saying perhaps it is time to stay and watch to see how useful they will be in war.
I kind of like
So-
that. It almost implies that Imu could just leave right now if they wanted to, but they're like, oh, I'm just going to stay. I'll just hang out here.
And see how they do.
Yeah.
But also for Emu, it is not just about, okay, it's about world domination, but in a way it is, I want puppets to rule over, right? I don't want to destroy everything and it be like, you know, a desolate land. I want to have a country, a world to rule over. And so how do we do that is by controlling the leaders and have the leaders control their countries, which is interesting because it's not like typical villains, I would say.
Yeah.
Where in the midst of rebellion, they don't care. It's like wipe them all out. I, I don't care. He was like, it will not be destroyed. It's going to be preserved and ruled over. So it's. I don't want to give Imu the benefit of the doubt, but did this start with good intentions?
I do think that 900 years ago, Emu might have been a good person. Nowadays, maybe not so much. Maybe now they just see the giants as almost like a workforce, right?
Yeah.
Like if Emu destroyed every single country that rebelled, then who's going to grow their crops? Who's going to be their next slaves once the world gets wiped out? Like I think that's how Emu might be viewing it right now. Just like I need somebody to live, or else the celestial dragons aren't going to get their taxes anymore, right?
Yeah.
Where's that heavenly tribute?
They want an ecosystem. They want it to be a living world where people are serving them. It's not just like, with Kaido, he was like in a meritocracy.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, if you're strong, you get to eat and do whatever you want. It was like, yeah, like that's just chaos.
Mori with the rhyme there.
Like, what? Emu just wants order. But obviously he wants control. They want control. So I have no idea what the hell is going on. I am every time I go back and read the chapter, I'm like, what is this? It doesn't even feel like One Piece.
It's out of left field, man. I mean, it looks like One Piece just had like a Black Clover collab, right? Just whipping out wizardry out of nowhere.
Wizardry, and this feels like the next step in the power system. And I was thinking back to like other anime, other shows. I'm just like, is this typical? I think it probably is, but it's normally like a power up, I guess, towards the last like portion of the show of like these shonen, where it's like you get like a new way to power up, and it's like, do you think like magic is going to be prevalent going forward amongst combatants?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be something that only Emu can do because of their old age, because they were around during the Void Century, their mastery over it. I think Emu might be the only person that can utilize this, which might be, for the best. Because and then we're gonna bring up conversations like, oh, who's gonna learn magic next? Is it gonna be Luffy, Zoro? Like, what if Kaido comes back but with magic? It's like, I think Oda's gonna keep it really contained here. I don't think that'd be super shocking.
Yeah, I never worry about like things like this getting out of control in One Piece, just because I saw Oda handle time travel.
Oh, with like Toki?
Yeah, and I know after that was revealed, everybody's like, "Oh, here we go. One Piece is over. That's it." And it's just like, yo, she can. She just did her thing, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it's because he just killed her off. He's like, you know what? That power's kind of crazy. Let's kill her and just never bring that power back. Maybe that's it here. Oda's like, hey, magic is crazy. After Emu dies, that's it. We're not gonna bring magic back up. It's
You're gonna have somebody find like a book and walk away into the distance.
Oh, that could be the ending of One Piece, right? Somebody just picks up a book, like Odin's journal in Yamato. Just, oh, what is this? Just Emu's handwriting on it.
I was reading something where they said Oda figured out the end of One Piece when he was a teenager, really young, which is interesting because if the end of One Piece is still the same way, and we've gotten 1,100 chapters and we still don't know what it is, like, what Oda, what's going on? How can we not even, like, it's not even a strong guess as to what the One Piece is with as much material as we've gotten. And he said he already planned for what the One Piece is all the way back then. So
I think whatever the One Piece is, it's going to be something that I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with what we've gotten thus far, but it's going to be something that somebody could guess without even knowing about One Piece. Because think about all the plot points that Oda has come up with over the years throughout the course of the series that he didn't plan for. Like the Emperors weren't planned. I think he said most of the warlords weren't planned, the supernova
Yep.
weren't planned, a lot of the crewmates weren't even planned yet. So it's like whatever Oda had in
Shanks pulling
mind.
up. It's
Yeah,
Marineford. I don't think that was planned.
no, dude, like whatever Oda has planned for the One Piece, it's gonna be something that chapter one you could just kind of guess. Like a gut feeling or just something that's so off the walls, and Oda will just make it happen. I feel like there's, of course, like Joy Boy is really important, and I feel like that's going to play a role into what the One Piece is, of course, but it is going to be something simple enough to where anybody can grasp, even without reading the series. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like this guy left this as a treasure, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, this is one of those chapters where I've seen mostly positive, but I saw some people was like, I'm done with this. This isn't One Piece. This feels like it's like, yo, like we're at a different stage in the story. This is the final villain, one of the final villains. Because I know there's some people that still think Blackbeard could be the final villain. I tend to agree, but we're at that place now where it's just like we're on another level, and I think this is clear that Luffy and the others have to grow even more, not only with strength but more so knowledge and understanding of the world. Where it could be a situation where they run away because they don't understand what's going on, and they have to go get more knowledge as to what's going on.
yeah.
Because unless, do you think Domi Reversi can be reversed?
I think it can. When you look at the name Reversi, that apparently means it's a board game. It
Mhm.
also means Othello, and that whole game is about flipping pieces to black and white by surrounding the other piece. So a piece that was black can turn white, a piece that was white can turn black. So I wouldn't be shocked if Luffy, once he masters the Sun God Nika fruit, which I think he's far from doing right now, I feel like Luffy will be able to turn people back into the normal versions, or maybe even the white versions of themselves.
Because
Like
at
maybe
the
he
end of
gives
the
them like
day,
the Sun God Nika fire, even.
fire or maybe the beat.
Yeah, maybe even the beat.
Yeah. Because there has to be a reason why Nika was so feared by the world government, the Gorosei and Imu. So, and then again, we saw Imu looking at Blackbeard's picture, Luffy's picture, Shirahoshi. So it's a lot. It's a lot to think about, a lot to consider with this chapter. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, of course, they were the Straw Hats, the other Straw Hats. They were talking about, well, of course, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are away right now. I'm not sure how much they're gonna be able to turn the tides, considering like
We gotta
Emu's
learn how to
here.
hurt them, man. And the thing is, even if we know how to hurt them, it's like Summers. Like he's just gonna regenerate after a while.
I think it could be an X factor here with Brook and his powers that could play a role, because it's not even maybe it's not even about beating Dory and Brogy and them, but it's about getting Emu away from Elbaf or out of Gunko's body.
Yeah, maybe
And
like it's
Brook
a
could play,
distance thing.
yeah, yeah, and Brook with his soul powers could play a major role there. Because it almost is like with Big Mom and Prometheus. Luffy couldn't hurt Prometheus. They couldn't hurt Prometheus with regular attacks, but Brook could cut Prometheus. So it's a situation where it's just like, can Brook tap into the same frequency that these things operate in? You know, so Brook could play a factor here, and of course Chopper's an outlier because he is going after Scopper to figure out how to do this. So it could be like a countdown thing, where it's like a race against time. We're waiting for Chopper to come back, with the information, whatever. But the stakes are there now.
The stakes are definitely here, and Yarul is about to step up to the plate. You see that? He's like, "Yo, like I'm
Yeah,
not running. Don't tell a
never
warrior,
tell a warrior
to
to
run."
run. Yeah, he's cooked, chat.
Yeah, I
So
mean, do you think he's gonna show up though? I mean, like, what are the chances that Yarul Mountain Beard goes crazy?
I
Like,
think he
what
has
if-
a moment. Remember, like when
Okay.
Chinjiao,
Yeah,
like his beard was like
just flowing up.
flowing, and
Conqueror's
yeah,
Haki was coming out too.
yeah. I think we get like a cool moment, but ultimately he's old man, so it
He's
doesn't
the
amount to
oldest
much.
man alive, to our knowledge, right? What,
Yeah,
400 years old?
it doesn't
408?
amount to much at the end of the day, but he's gonna try. only gonna try.
Dude,
But
if he shows out and if he takes on like Emu in a 1v1 battle, conquers hockey, split in the sky, I might have to like apologize to the Jarl, bro. Like I've been underestimating him. But I mean that's the thing, right? These giants are getting buffed. Every giant we've seen so far, man, they're getting buffed to hell and back. It wouldn't shock me, man.
I mean, they need it though. They
Yeah.
absolutely need it. So I'm right there with you.
It's funny. I saw this one meme on Twitter. It was just like, oh, like, you know, they're showing pictures of like the eclipse out of Berserk or like some devilish hellish monster, and it's like, yeah, like imagine fighting this and you're just shooting beans like Usopp. Like, what is Usopp doing against any
Yeah,
of this, man? It's like that's so
yeah.
funny, dude.
Usopp is should be a non-factor in this.
For now,
Um,
for now.
yeah. Someone going through some comments from the review. Had someone, Blacklight911 says the fact that Emu didn't acknowledge anything Brogy was saying. She just said, "You're going to be king of Elbath. I'm going to shoot your arm off. You're now a demon, and here's the contract." That is
It's aura.
that is that is it. That is it. This wasn't a contract. A contract must be agreed upon by both sides, and the giants did not give their consent. This is slavery. It was forced upon them.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, it's not something that I thought would be the case. I thought it'd be like some more control over an ability like that, but I guess Oda could place limitations when it comes to like Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, obviously. Because if Emu turns Luffy and can
Then
turn
it's
someone
game
like
over.
Luffy, yeah, come on, that's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, like, do you think Emu had to hurt Brogy to activate the contract? Like they had to shoot off the arm?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
I
if
think
not, then I mean, there's no there's no stipulations. Then it's just like, oh, just
maybe it's
switch. Will?
Maybe they could do the thing like with Law resisting a disease from the Devil Fruit. Just
Dude,
Will
if that's the case, then half the Straw Hats are done, man.
cooked.
There's half the Straw Hats are done.
What if he turns all the Straw Hats right here?
The only one
Jinbei,
that should
right.
survive is Jinbei if he remembers how to use his hockey.
I don't think Jinbei will.
You think he forgot how to use hockey?
I think it's damn. That would suck for Jinbei if he can get turned and Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy can't. Ugh.
And then the explanation is hockey. Imagine that. Like, yeah, you know, if your willpower is strong enough, you won't get turned. And then and then there's Jinbei on the other side growling or something. It's like, damn, bro,
Dang.
really?
The first son of
We're
the
doing
sea
this,
don't have
huh?
strong will
A warlord?
or strong enough will.
A subordinate of Kaido and Big Mom, or not Kaido, Whitebeard and Big Mom?
Here's a silver lining.
That'd be nuts.
Robin would look dope in that form.
I mean, Robin already has a demonio form, which is funny. It's right there.
It's right there. So I wonder if what if it's crazy if Robin plays into it, like if she's got turned and she just goes demonio form and it's like
Oh,
not
just
really.
like acting.
Yeah, acting a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, kind of be an L for Emu though, if like somebody's able to fool you like that, right? I don't know.
The run the world government has been on over the past few years has not been great.
I mean, just think about Robin's acting skills. Remember back in Wano where Robin and Jinbei were wearing the Beast Pirate outfits, and then I think they're about to execute somebody, and Robin was like, let's kill him. Like, her acting is so bad. Like we're supposed to believe that Robin was like a spy for like 20 years, working for underground assassination organizations, and then she's over here like giving the worst performance of a lifetime, dude.
You gotta put her in roles that she can excel, and like that's not one of them. So
yeah, maybe she just forgot how to be evil after all these years with the Straw Hats. Maybe that's it.
Either way, I'd say great chapter. There's so many ways in which this can go. I saw people saying that Emu should have turned a lot of people in positions of power into these demon forms. They say Magellan should be a demon, an undead demon, because he's taking care of Impel Down. The Fleet Admiral should be a demon. All these different people should like be demons. But it's like we also have to remember Emu is in the shadows. Emu technically doesn't exist to a lot of people. So, you know, going around and just turning all these people into demons, it's probably best for your, I think, for your force and for your mission. But in regard to what you want to happen, because it's like you want people to be ignorant to what's actually going on so that they can be better controlled, right? So it's like even the empty throne idea, that is giving people the false notion that we are all in control,
Yeah.
right? Like we are all the ones that are
We
leading
can
this
vote.
this world, right? Um, and really, it's all up to Emu because that's, you know, that's kind of how you control people when they think that they're in control. So I can't wait to get a history in the flashback because I'm sure there's reasons behind Emu's mission and methods. But I guess only time will tell. But
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a promise with somebody back in the day. Like, hey, Emu, promise me that the world will still be here in 1,000 years or something. Promise me you'll still be in control, or you'll keep our friendship alive. And then Emu just got twisted over the years.
as long as it's not a Jiren backstory. Um,
What was Jiren's backstory again? Just somebody
what's up?
killed his parents and he just got strong. Never saw the guy. Never saw him and
Mo-
his parents. Just
Most
there he
generic
goes.
thing ever.
That
And it's just
works.
like, just give him no backstory. We don't know. We don't know the backstory. Either way. Fantastic chapter. Sai, any last words?
No last words. Just only pure hype and high expectations for my man Jarl.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Yarrow does
He's
next chapter.
gonna 1v10 all these giants and demons, man. Just watch. Never tell
Maybe.
a warrior to run from battle. Words to live by.
These moments are always cool in One Piece when somebody has like they make a stand. And it's like, ooh,
Dude,
they're
he's
about
gonna
to
be
do
the
something.
Whitebeard of this island, man. Just wait. We're gonna end Elbaf with a shot of Jarl with his shirt off, and he's gonna have no scars on his back because you know why? Because he never ran. Just like Whitebeard.
Yeah. Of course, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe, check out Sai's channels in the description down below. Sai, as usual, thanks for joining me, man.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me. Peace out,
Guys, we'll
guys.
catch you next one.